late. I ran into some traffic on the way here, all the way from Belleville. And anyways, I want to thank the Ottawa District Labor Council for assisting as well. They did some outreach and they got some other union members here to so that they understand your cause as we move forward. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on where we're headed. I think that's probably already been discussed in full details. But shortly after the election, our new old Premier, Catherine Wynne, basically said that her progressive budget had no compensation increases for public sector workers in the province. Some of our counterparts, like Amapsio's in bargaining. There is tremendous concessions on the bargaining table. When I mean tremendous, they're looking at a benefit cap of $500 per person for paramedical. So what that means is, right now, for your paramedical coverages, massage therapy, physiotherapy, all those things that we get up to about $15,000 to $20,000 a year, they want a $500 cap on that. That is an absolutely shameful concession on a workforce that, what you may or may not know, the Ontario Public Service as a whole, the average age is about 52 to 53. So they're directly attacking the most senior and the most dedicated workers in the province. And so as we move forward, I said it at the regional all presidents meeting we had for elections of our bargaining team, that you're first and foremost, when you're talking to your members inside, is that there's no doubt in our mind that it's going to take a strike vote to move this. So when you're inside your locals discussing where we're headed, it's pretty clear. The employer has decided that the Corrections Division, the Ontario Public Service, is a place where they're going to extract concessions from. And these aren't small concessions, by the way. They're massive concessions. And if they get these concessions from our bargaining unit, that means other bargaining units in Ontario will suffer. The Ontario Public Service leads the way for many collective agreements. And so we're going to need to do some of the outreach like we've already done today with the Ottawa District Labor Council and other unions to stand in solidarity with us, because there's no doubt in our mind that we're a target for the Premier. And so moving forward, OPSU will do everything we can do for the Ontario Public Service and the Corrections Division to fight for a fair contract. And I use the word fight because that's what it's going to be. I hold no optimistic thoughts moving forward. I would assume the employer will table a proposal that looks exactly like Amapsio's. We know what they've done to the excluded staff already. They've imposed cuts on them, but then they've also given them raises that we don't really know about as well. So that kind of treatment is something we can't stand for. We can't stand for the staffing levels that are inside this institution. It's way overdue that they look at the corrections institutions. I mean, I don't need to tell you the kind of dangerous conditions and what you're dealing with inside. You've already heard about that. It's far overdue, and it's time that we stood together and we took on this government, because this Premier, to be very clear, is not our friend. And so prepare yourselves. Like I said, we look forward to working with you, and go back inside your local and prepare your membership, because that's what we're doing everywhere else. So thank you very much to Local 411 for holding this. Thanks to all the speakers. Thanks to Ottawa District Labor Council, Ottawa Area Council. And as we move forward, we're going to move forward together. And we're going to demand more, because the government is way off base. So prepare yourselves, and thank you very much.